the Pet Industry Woman of the Year 2017.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing, you've got 3 handouts. There were 3 handouts over there that she's going to kind of go over on cat behavior. So get those ready if you like.
Hi. How are you guys doing today? All right. Okay, so I wanted to go over a few things with our cats because it seems like right now we've been having some biting issues in the house with some of the cats. We are going to be putting red collars on the cats with aggression issues. So cats who tend to bite more or scratch, they're going to be wearing red collars. I'm not sure when that's going to go into effect. Soon as Jennifer buys them. So if you see a cat with a red collar, know that that means something, and just be very aware of what that means. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over is cat body language, real quick. So it's this fun, cartoony looking handout. And I'm not going to go over everything in detail because I want to move along, but there are a few things to take note of. You can look at a cat and determine whether that cat is stressed or fearful. A lot of times aggression is simply the result of that cat being afraid. So we often see this in cats that are newer to the house, that don't know people and don't know the routine, don't know their space, don't know the other cats. They bite because they're afraid. And so if you see a cat who's licking their lips or yawning a lot, that may be an indication that they're fearful. If you look at their eyes, if their eyes are really big, that can be a sign that they're fearful. If you look on the back at the body posture chart, you see a cat at the top that's very relaxed, and then down at the bottom, the cat is terrified. But there is a midpoint too, so anxious, standing, but with the back a little bit crouched down, the tail is low, and then they get crouched and crouched and crouched. And you can also look at the head. The ear position is very helpful in telling you how that cat is feeling. Sides, if the ears are flat to the sides, that cat is afraid. If they're to the back, that cat is very angry. So you should probably just back away at that point. Don't provoke that cat. Cat tail positions are another big indicator of how that cat is feeling. So cats walking up to you with their tail straight up or the little curl at the tip, those cats are feeling confident and happy and they are ready to meet you and engage. The lower a cat's tail is, generally speaking, the less confident that cat is feeling. So interested is right in the middle. That cat is kind of neutral feeling. But then that worried cat right below it, that tail is down, kind of in the same position as scared, but scared is poofy. So just take note of the cat's body position. Now, the next thing I want to go over is this how to meet a cat handout, this one. The little thing at the top says, my cat and I have this really cute secret handshake. It includes me tickling his stomach until he latches onto my hands and I'm bleeding. We don't want to do that at the halfway house. That's another thing I should probably let you know. When a cat rolls over onto its back, it's not necessarily an indication that that cat wants you to rub its tummy. It's in fact a cat trap. And that cat may or may not close down on you with its claws and jaws. A cat will roll over on its back when it's feeling trusting, relaxed, confident. So you can start with the head and see if that kitty is amenable to belly scritches, but just don't automatically zoom in there and go, oh, you want me to rub your belly. A cat will also assume that same position if they are terrified and are about to engage, because a cat rolled over onto its back has all of its weaponry ready to go. Claws, teeth are right there, and they can defend themselves. So context really is everything when you're looking at cat body language. Okay, so as cats kind of come into the halfway house and leave, there's a lot of new cats to meet. And even when we are greeting a cat that we do know and are familiar with, you want to assess their body language to see how they're doing. Sometimes cats have bad days. They might have just gotten out of medical. Even a cat who's normally very friendly, you don't know what happened just prior to you getting there. They could have gotten in a spat with another cat or gone through medical and are kind of grumpy. So you want to always follow a quick protocol when you're meeting cats, especially ones that you don't know. Again, you're going to want to pay attention to body language, and if you're feeling that that cat isn't really up for engaging, it's okay to not interact with a cat. Talk to your cat that you want to meet. Sometimes it's best to avoid direct eye contact. And this is especially true with cats that tend to be a little bit aggressive because direct eye contact can be threatening. Now there is such a thing as a slow blink. And that is kind of an exchange of slow blinks, which is a nice, friendly communication between cat and person. And this is great, especially when a cat is more relaxed and you're just trying to have a lovely time with that cat and spend some time, increase your bond, try a slow blink. But if you don't know the cat and the cat's a little bit aggressive, try to avoid direct eye contact. Let the cats come to you if you can. You don't want to press yourself onto a cat you don't know. Scent, letting a cat meet you through scent is a really great idea, especially if it's a cat you're not familiar with. Now, what I like to do, and I learned this from Jackson Galaxy, if you wear glasses or sunglasses, the part that goes behind your ear is loaded with your scent. So instead of reaching your hand out to let the cat sniff you, which you can do, if you're nervous about this particular cat, you can let them sniff the part of your glasses right behind your ear. And that will give them a load of your scent. It's kind of like a little handshake with a cat. And it lets you keep your distance a little bit. You want to always watch the cat's reaction, again, paying attention to body language. And then if the cat lets you stroke her or him, you want to start with the face. Cats are usually pretty amenable to being rubbed on the head or the cheeks or the shoulders. Those are where all the really friendly pheromones are on cats. So most cats are fine with you petting their head and their face and their shoulders. Some cats get pretty touchy about getting petted on their back or even their rump and their tails. So just take it slow with cats you don't know. And you can tell when a cat is into being petted. A lot of times those cats will put their body weight into you or headbutt you, and that's a great sign. If the cat isn't doing that, cat's feeling lukewarm, you can just move on, do whatever you want in the halfway house that you're working on that day. And you can always have more time to interact with that cat, potentially, hoping that, they get adopted, of course, but a lot of times cats are around for a while. Okay, the last thing I want to go over is play and predatory aggression in cats. And some cats, and particularly younger cats that are more energetic, they want to play. And this is different from aggression that's brought out because cats are afraid of something. This is aggression that is simply because a cat's instincts have been triggered or it has extra energy that it needs to get rid of. Cats are tiny, carnivorous, little wild, predatory beasts that we put in our houses and expect to just be loving, sweet little things. But they're wild beasts and they need to play. And so if you have the opportunity to play with the kitties in the halfway house, do so. Wand toys are really great. We have several wand toys around the house. So please do play with the cats, especially ones that have a lot of energy. I'm so happy that Bernie got adopted, by the way. Speaking of cats with a lot of energy. But it can be a huge stress relief. So never, 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 I'm looking at the back side of this because this kind of just summarizes that article. Never play with the cats using your hands. Never. Because this just trains them that hands are toys, which we don't want them to learn. If you can, play with the cats when you get into the halfway house with a wand toy. If you find a cat is stalking you, one of the things you can do to redirect a cat is have some little crinkly balls or balls with bells in your pocket as you walk around the halfway house. And if a cat needs to be distracted, just toss one out, and the cat is usually like, oh, okay, squirrel. So give that a try. If you find that a cat does latch onto you, like Ocelot, she has a tendency to bite, or Sheena, the best thing you can do is go limp, or even push your hand gently towards the cat, because that is the opposite reaction that a cat is expecting when they go after prey items, right? So usually when they bite onto something, they're expecting whatever they bite onto to yank away because it's a potential prey item, right? If you go limp or even press yourself into the cat a little bit, the cat's like, whoa, what's that? And they usually release. You don't want to grab your hand away, and I know this takes a lot of discipline. You don't want to grab your hand away because that can actually cause you more damage and cause the cat to latch on harder with either their claws or their teeth. So if you find yourself latched onto, try to remain calm, gently blow on the nose of the cat, and they'll usually unhook themselves. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Petting aggression is just hypersensitivity to being petted. You guys have all known those cats where you're petting, super easy, purring, loving, and then all of a sudden your cat is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? So again, pay very close attention to body language when you're petting a cat. Signs that your cat may be getting ready to snap or just be done with petting. Ears will slightly go back, tail will slightly start twitching, or the body language that cat may be slightly pulling away from you. So it's really, really important that you pay attention to body language. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Are there any questions right now about the cats in the halfway house or general cat behavior? Anything? Yeah.
They like to smell my hair.
They like to smell your hair? Yeah, some cats do. Again, your scent is up here, a lot of it. And of course, playing with hair is lots of fun. Sometimes cats can get overstimulated by your hair or the scents in your hair with hair products. I had a cat, not at the halfway house. It was my mother-in-law's cat. And this cat loved to hop up on my shoulders and just nuzzle into my head. And unfortunately, one day he got really aggressive with it and he chomped down and it was like, oh my God, it was like bleeding. It was crazy. But it's hard to actually blow on a cat's face when the cat is attached to your head. All right, anything else?
Can you just say your example about not using your hands as toys, Cassie? Right now it's very mouthy.
Okay, so, yeah.
Don't do that. We need her to stop attacking your hands. We're not going to get her adopted. That's like a turn off really fast. So do not let her latch onto your hands, okay? Get a toy, do something.
A wand toy really is best because the wand toy not only acts as a surrogate for prey, but it's actually, the longer the wand toy, the better, because it keeps you away from the cat when she's playing. So a wand toy is out here, not close to your hand, whereas if you, even with a small mouse toy or something, that comes from your hand. And so the further you can remove your body parts from what the cat is playing with, the better.